Damon likes to deliver his threats in person.
Yeah. He does like to make people squirm, doesn't he?
Maybe Tuffy didn't get to him.
Yeah, that's a possibility. I'm sure of how he'll react when he gets the news of the computer printout.
What did he expect you to do? Post armed guards all over the office? Duke, if someone really wanted to steal something, they usually find a way of getting it.
No. I was wondering if all this is worth it.
What are you talking about?
All the business. The office, the clubs. I was wondering if it's worth the price I'm going to have to pay.
I wish I could help you, boss. But we're past the point of no return.
If only I'd never met Anna.
If you hadn't met her, you never would have known Felicia in Frisco.
Now, that also means I never would have fallen in love with her. And I wouldn't give up my times with her for anything.
You're really hooked, don't you?
Yeah. In a big way. My only regret is that Felicia and her husband have to suffer.
Duke, it's a lot better than being dead. And that could have happened.
Yeah, you're right. Damon wasn't about to take any more of their interference.
Look at it this way. You saved their lives.
Yeah. They may be on the run under suspicion of a crime they didn't commit, but they are most definitely alive. If only Felicia had not taken that printout. Anna, come in.
Hi.
Any more news about the kids?
No, nothing, I'm afraid. I came by to see whether I could look at Felicia's ledger books.
What for?
I'm hoping that they can provide some information that will help prove this whole mess is just a stupid mistake.
I've no doubt about Felicia's bookkeeping capabilities.
She's very methodical in her organization.
Well, she made all her entries in the computer, then she'd make a copy of the deposit entries, and she would attach the computer printout there, as you see, to the appropriate page of the ledger. It's a very good system.
Nothing's foolproof.
Well, nothing would please me more than to find some explanation for the missing money, Anna.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, it says here in her very own ledger books that it verifies the amount of the deposit is $60,000, not the $5,000 that she reported.
I know what this is doing to you, Anna.
I do not believe that Briscoe and Felicia are thieves. I mean, it's ridiculous. Briscoe might be slightly hot-headed at times, but he is not a thief. He wouldn't take anything from anyone.
And perhaps he's protecting Felicia.
She's not a thief either. I mean, I'm sure that she wishes one day that she will have a fur coat, but she has adjusted herself to the life of a cop's wife. I mean, she wouldn't take money from anybody. It's ridiculous.
Excuse me.
Hello.
Captain Lewis here. Is Chief Devane there?
Yes, she is. She's right here. Just one moment, please.
Who is it?
Captain Lewis, it's for you.
Do you have anything?
I just got back from the bank, Chief, and I just wanted you to let you know that the record's checked out. Felicia's deposit was definitely short by $45,000.
Thought you'd have some good news.
Sorry, Chief. What are you going to do?
I don't know.
Well, you've got a lot of messages here from people who have definite opinions as to how you should handle the case. They want to know what you plan to do about a cop on your force who's gone bad.
I am not about to be influenced by that kind of pressure. I am going to give Frisco and Felicia the benefit of the doubt, and I want you to tell them that. Because if they are innocent, they are going to come back to this town of their own accord. And I want them to return... Who am I kidding?
Chief?
All right, I want you to put out a statewide APB on the both of them. I think it would be in their own interest to find them as soon as we possibly can and clear up this whole ridiculous mess.
You sure about the APB, Chief?
I don't know what else choice I have at the moment. And, all right, I'm going to be back in my office later on this afternoon. So will you notify me if you hear anything?
Righto.
hardest thing I've ever had to do.
I know.
I'm not in the habit of hounding down my friends.
Oh, well, I know Frisco and Felicia. I know they know you still care for them. They'll understand you're only doing your job, Anna.
I don't understand my job at the moment.
And perhaps this whole thing will turn out to be some mistake.
Oh, I'm sure of it. But when I find out who is responsible for this, I'm going to make certain I will not rest till they pay for it.
What the hell is going on around here?
Is that any tone of voice to use in front of our guest?
Mr. Vane, I didn't know you were here. I'm very sorry. Please forgive me.
Well, it's all right. I'm sorry, too, if you had some important business matters to discuss.
No, of course not. Please go on with what you were doing. I'll come back later.
I suppose you were upset because I canceled the meeting we had scheduled this afternoon.
Well, it was, after all, a very important meeting. I just couldn't see any reason for the cancellation, that's all.
Well, perhaps you haven't heard, but two friends of mine, Frisco and Felicia, they've got themselves in some kind of a jam. Well, we're sure this whole thing is some big mistake. Anyway, Chief Devane and I, we were going to spend some time this afternoon to see perhaps if we couldn't help them out.
Yeah, I think I read something about that in the papers. Felicia seemed like such a nice girl, too.
She is. Now, would you mind perhaps waiting outside the office? And as soon as I'm finished with the chief, we can have our meeting as planned.
I could come back later.
No, that's all right. You wait. I won't be long.
I'll be outside.
Thank you.
I wish I knew you better.
Well, there's time for that.
Well, no, I mean now. I want to know now. It's only fair. I know enough about you to fall in love with you, but I know so very little about your professional life.
Oh, my professional life is very boring compared to the life of chief police and former WSB agent.
I'm sure you've got some exciting stories to tell there.
Well, I don't know how exciting they are, but, well, some winter's day, you and I will sit down in front of a large fire with a nice bottle of wine. And we'll talk about the past. We'll also talk about the future.
Are you hiding something from me?
Why don't you trust me, Anna?
Well, I didn't know that you trust me.
Why are you saying something like that?
If you trusted me, you would tell me about everything right now. Well, it's important, you know, not in some cold, unspecified day in the future.
All good things come to those who wait, Anna.
I think we ought to slow down on this for a while.
Why? I know you care about me as much as I care about you.
Yes. I do care about you. But I can't get any more involved until I know that we can be honest and open with each other. Now, I've made that mistake one time before, and I'm not about to make it again.
I would never do anything to hurt you, Anna. Believe me, there are no deep, dark secrets between us.
Well, why don't you just let me be the judge of that?
Oh, don't do this, Anna.
I have to. I'm sorry. If this relationship means as much to you as you say it does, then when you're ready to talk about it, come to me and say so.